All right, everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Wednesday Watch List. This is my weekly look ahead to all the new comics books coming out this Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. I'm going to give you a rundown on all the books on my pull list, things you should keep an eye out for when you go to your shop, variants, etc. Basically, a rundown of everything you need to know before you pick up your new books this Wednesday. Hopefully you're enjoying this series as well as everything else here on the channel. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, you hit the button, hit the alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends so we can keep growing the channel. And if you want to see this week's rundown, just hang up for a few seconds after the intro and I will be right back. All right, so this week we will start off with secret drops. These are those one per store items, those one per account, those thank you books, etc. that your stores get that you should be aware of when you go, because maybe if you got a good relationship with your store owner, you can get that book or at least get it for a good price if you're interested in it. This week, it's actually not a new book. It is a one per store, but it's one that's already come out. But it came out as a misprint the first time out. This time out, we get the corrected editions of The Invisible Man, issue 1. The book was supposed to be blank. I think we covered this the last time out, but when it was first printed, it was printed with the actual book inside with this cover, when the whole idea of the gimmick was it was going to be an invisible book and blank on the inside. So finally, the corrected editions are now out there. Plenty of people have purchased and spent quite a bit of money on those misprints and those errors. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now that there's a whole new slew of these one per stores. But this time out, the gimmick is in place and they are actually an invisible comic. With that all said, that's what's the secret drop coming out for this week. So let's get on to the top of my stack. This is the top of the pile. I can't wait to get a hold of these books. First things I want to read out of the gate, that type of stuff. That's what I have here on top of the stack. With that, the first book that, well, maybe not in any particular order per se, but in some form, I'm going to be grabbing these books, with The Unchosen being one of them. This is David Marquez's little solo outing over at Image. It's only going to be a 4-issue run for this first initial arc, and this is issue 3, so the penultimate issue before it wraps up with issue 4, I believe. I've been enjoying it so far, and I'm looking forward to the next installment. This is the cover A. Pretty solid cover B option here as well. And then we've got a 1 in 15 as well as a 1 in 25, which is just the cover A minus the trade dress. So if you like the version of that, that's the 1 in 25. Now, usually just part of my pull list, but I'm bumping it up because it's wrapping up this story arc and this epic run by Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona before handing the reins off to a new creative team, which I'm pretty sure you guys know that Kirkman is going to be taking over. And with Dan Mora, of all people. I didn't think Dan Mora was going to be doing robots, but I'm curious and excited for the next arc and the next series of Transformers. But for now, with issue 24, this is wrapping up here after 2 years, and I want to check out how it finishes, because it's supposed to be, it's Prime versus Megatron. Let's see how it ends. Here we got the cover A with Prime over Megatron. We've got a cover B, which is the reverse with Megatron over Prime. We'll see how the battle plays out. There is a wraparound cover here that you can see here with the Constructicons and Devastator there in the background. Let's show you the whole image, though, because it actually has a callback to Transformers the movie when Optimus Prime comes and transforms right from a truck into a robot, jumping and firing. One of the best scenes of the movie. One of those best little, I shouldn't say scenes, sequences, if you will. I like the homage here to it. We also get the final installment of the David Nakayama 1 per 10s. As you know, they all form a connecting cover. This time out, it was more of a mural kind of piece of 6 covers all going together, with Devastator as being the main feature there in the background. That's kind of cool that's wrapping up here as well with this final run. And there is also a 1 in 25. Again, Optimus, Megatron fighting, and a 1 in 50 with just an Optimus as a truck. I kind of like the road with the Optimus, kind of logo there. It's kind of cool. And then, like I said, from here, it's going to be issue 25 and a brand new creative team and a whole new slew of variants, a new 1 in 100 and shiny foils, etc. But I'm looking forward to this first. We'll get to 25 when we get to it next month. But for now, looking forward to 24 and seeing how this ends. Also, we're getting another one-shot installment for Imperial War. I've not made it no secret. I like Imperial War. I like Marvel Cosmic stuff. So I'm looking forward to this Nova book here. Cover A. We've got a cover B option as well as a 1 in 25. I'm probably just going to go with the A because I just want to read it. Cover really doesn't make much of a difference. A or the B is fine by me. They're about equal in my opinion. But yeah, you choose the one that you like. With that, I think the last thing on my list of top of the stack, at least, X-Men Alpha of Apocalypse. So it's X-Men of Apocalypse Alpha. I love the X-Men. I love the Age of Apocalypse era, like one of the best. That was one of my favorite storylines growing up. It just came at a time of when I was very young and impressionable, and it stuck with me throughout the decades. So big fan of Age of Apocalypse. Can't wait to go back to that era, and I'm kind of curious to see what they do here. So this is going to be the Alpha issue, the start, kicking it all off, and we'll see where we go from here. We even get, and this is a pretty cool cover to start, but we even get a Joe Madureira, like a Joe Mad cover. He's one of my favorite artists. I love his style. I wish he would do more. I know he's been in the video game industry for so long now, but I'm still a fan, and I love to see him doing covers. I know he's doing a bunch of X-Men covers for this event, so looking forward to those. But here we go with Wolverine on this one. We've got the Sabretooth and Wild Child, I believe, here. On this cover, we've got Mark Brooks giving us the animation style variant where it looks like a Disney princess cartoon. We got Peach Momoko throwing in a cover as well. We've got Scotty Young offering his talents too. And we've got another option here. I mean, there's so many covers on this thing. Look at it. These are all open order, by the way. We didn't even get to the incentives. Then we've got the Todd Nauck iconic variants, which I'm over. So they don't even get their own segment anymore. And we got a foil version too by Lionel Francis Yu, which is kind of cool. So if you want to go shiny foil, you can do that. 1 in 25 by Bianchi. We've also got Joe Mad's cover getting the virgin treatment for the 1 in 50 if you want to go that route. I'm fine with the trade dress, though. Don't need to pay the premium for this. There is a pretty cool 1 in 50 here by Kaketto. And then we do have Peach Momoko also getting the virgin treatment here for another incentive variant. And yet another 1 in 100 variant with some new cover art, which is fine, but not my favorite. And then we've got yet another variant with a 1 in 200 black and white version of that, black, white, and red, I guess you would say, of that Joe Mad cover. Pretty cool, but probably going to be priced out of my range. So I'm fine just getting the Joe Mad trade dress one and be good. With that, that's probably what's going to be in my pull list, along with these books. So apart from the top of the stack stuff, we've also got these books going into my pull list. And we're going to start it off with Absolute Batman. Can't miss out there. We got this Bane storyline rolling on. Looking forward to more of that. And we got the Croc tees there. Pretty cool. Croc tees. I just realized what I said. I think there's a Paul Pope there. It's pretty awesome. But I might just go with the Croc. Another option here if you want to go that way. And then we've got a glow-in-the-dark cover. If you like glow-in-the-dark, I mean, it is Halloween time, so that's kind of fun. That same cover is reused for the 1 in 25, but I believe it does not glow in the dark. And then we do have the Pope brought back, minus the little bit of trade dress, and that is the 1 in 50. Pick which one you like. Like I said, I think I might just go with the A and be good. With that, Batman Dark Patterns, issue 10. We're coming near the end. This is the final arc of this run. I think it's ending at issue 12. So this is case 4, The Child of Fire. These 3-issue little storylines have been fun. I like Batman as a detective personally. So let's see what this final storyline has in store for us. Cover A is fine by me, though there is a cover B option here. Batman looks a little muscly in the neck for my taste. So I'm just going to go with the A. Now, I've been on the fence about Green Lantern Corps for a while, but it's continuing the Starbreaker Supremacy storyline, so I at least got to see this one through and get both titles until the storyline is at least over, and then we'll take it from there of whether I'm going to keep on sticking with it or not. It's not bad. I do like Green Lantern. It's just I can't get everything, and it's like, well, we got to decide where we're going to make cuts in the budget. But issue 8, connecting cover, part 4. I can't show you what it connects to because apparently it's just a 2-issue connector. I think it's going to connect with the next issue of Green Lantern. So when that one comes out, I'll show you what it looks like with this. It's just kind of a split, split cover there. The Gonzalez cover here, pretty cool with the designs. I don't know why some of these are hard to find, 1 in 25s, and then others they just throw out as an open order cover. Wish they'd be a little more consistent. Then we got a C cover option as well as a 1 in 25 if you want to go that route. Next installment of the Kryptonite Spectrum for Superman from the creative team behind Ice Cream Man. I like issue 1. It were interesting to see these newer colors and colorways for Kryptonite and how it could affect soups. So let's see what we got coming in issue 2 here. It is black label title. So here's a little more text if you like going through that. But I'm not really a fan of these covers, though. I mean, we got the cover A with a giant Superman, obviously. The B is okay. And C is also interesting, I guess. Giant Superman with a plane flying by his foot. I don't know. I'm probably just going to get the A and just be good with that. No decisions here for Farmhand. Also got to get issue 25 of that run. And 1 cover, 1 option. That's what I'm getting. I like Farmhand. Rob Guillory. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say the name right. Farmhand. I enjoy it. So I'm going to be picking that up, as well as Feral, issue 16. Yeah, and I like this creepy cover, too, with the, the cats and a parrot. We're getting a cat fight. So fun there. But as much as I like this cover, I've been getting the B covers this entire way. So this is the one I'm going to be getting. The movie poster homage there. So... but the cover A is nice. And if you really like the A, you can also get it as a Virgin 1 in 10 and take that trade dress off. And it is a pretty cool image. I kind of like it. Might think about it. If I find it for cheap enough, I might look into it personally, just because I like it for my PC. I don't expect it to be a hot book by any stretch of the word, but you never know. Sometimes it's just art that everybody likes. And with that, let's keep it going. Free Planet, number 5. Looking forward to this. I've enjoyed this series by Aubrey Sitterson. We should have him back on the channel sometime soon and get some more updates on what we can expect from Free Planet going forward. So we got issue 5 here with an A as well as the B. And as per usual for this run, the 1 in 25 foil version of the cover A. I've just been getting the A's the whole way. So that's probably what I'm doing here. And for Redcoat, issue 14, I'm not sure which I'm probably going to get the A. Maybe I'll go with the B. This is a prelude to First Ghost. So we'll see what that storyline is going to bring. And with that, I might get the A. I might get the B. I haven't made up my mind yet over these two, but I definitely don't like these design covers that are on their side. I know I've talked about this before. I just don't like sideways covers. They bother me. Just something that irks me. But it's there if you like it. And if you like that design here, I'll turn it the right way so you can see what it's supposed to look like. But you're not going to read the book like this. It's not a calendar. You want to read a comic. Anyway, moving on. Blood Type. So we're getting issue 4 of Blood Type, and I believe this is wrapping up this standalone storyline out of the EC horror type of EC horror section of of these books. So issue 4, pretty cool. Miguel Mercado cover there on the cover A. We've got Sorrentino on the B, which is solid as well. Pick which one ever you like. And then we got all the incentives if you want to go that way with the 1 in 10, the 1 in 20, as well as the 1 in 50. So again, you want to pay that premium, go for it. They're all yours. With that, Miguel Mercado is also lending his skills here to Hello Darkness on the A's as we've been going through most of this run. I dig this cover A as well. And then we've got a Frizen on the B, which is another good option, as well as a pretty cool C as well. I mean, it's not my taste. This is giving me some more Hunter S. Thompson Fear and Loathing vibes. It's pretty cool. It's different. But out of these other covers, I got to go probably with the Rebecca Pueblo 20th anniversary boom, because I like it. I like the kind of little bit of an homage to the the glass and the eyeball through it, but it's on its own. It's kind of unique. So I wouldn't call it an homage to that skull cover because it's not exactly the same. It's just kind of a little twist on that idea, if you will. But with that, the Mercado will take the trade dress off. That's the 1 in 10. Pretty cool there. And if you like the Rebecca Pueblo, you can get the trade dress off of that, recolor the background, and that is the 1 in 20 on this cover. And like I said, I dig it. I dig it. Cal Exit has issue 2. So this Battle of Universal City is continuing on. This could be a popular issue. Look, we got some fun characters there on the front. We got Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob lookalikes, and Simpsons characters. Property has been optioned, so interest is already on this title. Only a couple of covers to worry about with the cover A, and then there's a 1 in 3 odd ratio. And then we'll take trade dress off of both and make that our 1 in 5 and 1 in 10. So there you have it for your Cal Exit issue 2 if you're interested there. Moving on, Cul-de-sac is rolling on with issue 2. I enjoyed issue 1. As far as a read goes, I had a bad idea. You got a little bit of a vampire tale, but it's a little bit different, going more with the familial aspects of it and doing sort of almost like a bit of Runaways kind of mixed in. It's an interesting take, something a little bit different. And Cul-de-sac issue 2 is coming out, so I'm kind of curious to see where they continue to go from here with this title. But you got a cover A, which I like. Awesome. Awesome creepy ass cover on the A. B has that mirror world cover from Tony Fleece. And then we've got incentives if you want to go that way with a 1 in 20, as well as a 1 in 50. So pick whichever one you like again. And we'll stick with Bad Idea for another take as a hero trade. So this Project Chimera two-issue tale is wrapping up here. I believe it's only 2 issues, or at least these two will bookend together, is coming out this week. So speaking of bookends, it's a connecting cover with the prior issues, so you can see them together right here. Boom, boom. Look at that. It's almost like Wonder Twins powering up there. And yeah, I'm kind of curious about this. There is a B cover as well, if you want to go that way. And then we'll take that cover A and do what they did the first roundabout, and we'll take the color off of it and make it the 1 in 20. And then we'll make a tiny version, and that'll be the 1 in 50. You remember the tiny comic book came out like a month ago? Well, they're doing it again, so 1 in 50 tiny comic variant. So if you want to go for unique little gimmicks, a tiny comic, it's pretty cool. It's got 1 staple in it. I have one of these tiny comics. It is kind of cool, like that they can print that small. It's kind of fun. With that said, Captain America also coming out. I've enjoyed this series so far. Cap, it's giving us an interesting, like, alternate kind of history of sorts, like tale. I kind of like it. So we got Doom, the origin of Doom, coming in issue 3. Find out more about that other Cap running around. We've got cover A, pretty solid. Cover B reminds me of Captain America Truth. But this time we got Doom sitting there. We've got other options here as well. They're not done. There's still more. Yeah, keeping it rolling. I think that's Jerome Opeña. And I think we got a Michael Cho here as well. Then we got a 1 in 10 design cover, if you want to go that way. Then we got a Hidden Gem 1 in 50. And then we'll bring back that Opeña, take the trade dress off of it, and there's our 1 in 100. So pick which one you like. And if you haven't tried Whatnot yet, use my link down below. It's in the description down below, and get yourselves a free $15 for first-time users off your first purchase. $15 for free to give it a try. Spend it wherever you want with whomever you want. No strings attached, just to try out the app. Check out the auctions. I know New York City Comic Con is coming, and I'm going to have some new mystery packs coming. So get yourself all set up and save that $15 for that if you want to give those a try. Up to you. You help out the channel, you get yourself free $15, so you really got nothing to lose there. Now, I think you've got nothing to lose with these blind picks that I'm going in on. So these are books I have no knowledge of. I haven't read them early or anything like that. It's just a safe bet to me that these are going to be solid outings to start us off with new issue 1s. And first up, and I actually have 2 picks this week. So first up, I think it's a safe bet that we're going to get a solid story out of Punisher Red Band. So Benjamin Percy is probably going to do us a solid and give us a good adult level of Red Band violence, if you will, out of Punisher. So I'm kind of curious. It'll be polybagged. We got the cover A. You got a Gist here, I believe, on the B. We've got a Frank Miller that actually isn't bad. It isn't bad. Granted, the character work is kind of secondary to the logo, but I do like the layout. It's actually not a bad Frank Miller cover. It's been a while. I know he's been getting a lot of heat and especially even for me, on some of them are pretty rough. This one, I kind of like it. I like the Mr. Garcon cover a little bit better. I like the mosaic build outs that he does. I like that style. It's interesting. It's different. And I like both of those better than this lazy ass. Let's just do the logo and make it foil. I don't like these. This is just boring to me. It's been done, overdone, whatever. I mean, no judgment if you want to go buy one. It's just out of all these options, this is my least favorite of the group because it's just bland even with shiny foil. That said, I do like this Gleason 1 in 25. He does look more hulkish than Punisherish, but I dig it still. It's got like I thought it was Gerard Safino for a second, but it is Gleason, and I like it. So pretty cool 1 in 25 there. There is a hidden gem 1 in 50 if you want to get that. I think it's a Zek. And then we do have that Frank Miller actually gets the 1 in 100 treatment, and we'll take the trade dress off. And yeah, like I said, it's not bad. It kind of looks like a turtle cover, honestly. Like I feel like it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cover, and it feels more Eastman than Frank Miller, but whatever, it's not bad. The other blind pick that I'm going with, I'm more hoping than guaranteeing a solid story, but realistically, I enjoy Iron Fist stories lately. Like the old school Iron Fist was never really my favorite, but I do like a good kung fu tale. And the last run, not the new Iron Fist, I'm saying Danny Rand. The last time out, we had Danny Rand, and he had that tournament. I kind of dug that. I like that run. So we'll see what an undead Iron Fist, as he returns to save the Iron Fist legacy, what that has in store. I'm probably gonna like it. That's why I put it in here, my blind pick, because I'm just kind of guessing that it's gonna kind of correct some not mistakes. It's not that I dislike the new Iron Fist dude. I just had no connection to him. I just couldn't really attach to the story. So I'm happy to get Danny back. So issue 1 coming out. I really like the Philip Tan cover here on the B. I think I don't know, they just say it's awesome. I dig it. And then there's also a C cover option here as well. Not bad. And yeah, it looks like we get some Luke Cage in here too. Can't have Danny Rand without Luke Cage. And then we got a 1 in 25 as well. So 1 in 25 option, also good if you want to go that route. Now, those ones I'm feeling are going to be pretty good. The next one, I'm putting it in my taste test section because I'm going to give it a try. But I don't know how good it's going to be. I'm hoping it'll be good. But considering it's spitting out a Hush 2, which has not been my favorite storyline, it is what it is. But I'm kind of curious what erupting from the events of Hush Comes, the first ever in continuity mature readers ongoing Red Hood series. So I guess we'll see. I'm kind of curious. And we got Huntress mixed in here, going to a new city that they're creating, New Angelique, and we'll see what that town's going to be like, what kind of mythos and characters and side characters and villains we might introduce and might leverage from the old days. I'm interested. So I'm going to give Red Hood a shot with this issue 1. There's this cover A. Not bad. You got a Jim Lee option here as well. Probably going to grab that because it's Jim Lee. There's a Jay Lee if you want to go that way. There's a Brian Bolin. It's okay. Kind of like it. Foil is pretty cool, but I don't really care for foil, but I do like the cover. If it wasn't shiny foil, I might think about it. And then 125 is also good. I like this. And then there's also a 1 in 50, which is the Jim Lee, but without the trade dress. So, again, pick the one that you like and run with it. Moving on. One World Under Doom. It's been a while. We actually have a couple of installments, add-ons to this, including the main title. So, One World Under Doom, which seems to be dragging along throughout the year, at least to me. I know a lot of people are enjoying it, but man, it seems to be taking forever. But with that, issue 7, book 7 already. So we'll see. I think I need to read 6. I feel like I'm behind, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I read a book and then I just forget about it if it didn't really connect with me. So we'll see. I've just not been loving this, how long this is taking, and all of the side stories. But here we go. Cover A. You got the Dino Doom, whatever we're calling these. They seem to be doing a cover for every one of these. We've got this one too, where we've got a Mystic Mayhem. So we got Tony Stark on the cover here, which I'm sure people are going to get excited for. It's Doom and an Iron Man, just like RDJ in the movies. Maybe it's a tie-in there. It's not. It's tied into the video game. But with that said, more covers here. Another Doom. Another option as well with a Bianchi. And then I believe there is a 1 in 25. If you want to go that way, there is a 1 in 25. The side stories coming out this week, we've only got 2. We've got Red Hulk number 8, which I was enjoying this run. I'm just getting not exhausted. Well, I don't know what the word is, but I'm just getting tired. I'm just almost had enough. It was good for a little bit, but now I'm like, do we really need more of this? But we'll see. Red Hulk number 8. Couple of options. You got the A, you got a B, and you got a 1 in 25, which is kind of cool. Puppeteer Lee on that one. And then we've got this Superior Avengers story with Kristoff, Doom's kid, and his little multiversal cadre of villains, which it looks like they're not all going to make it. But we'll see. Issue 6, Avengers Disassembled. Only 2 options. You got the A, and then you've got the character spotlight, because they've been doing those on the B, the Kyle Hotz covers. With that, here are some books I'm also on the fence about. Sticking with them for now, but I can't keep up with them forever, so we'll see how long they'll last on my pull list and in my pile. Because again, I got a limited budget when it comes to comics, or I should limit my budget a little bit more, and not just get everything that I want, because I don't have the time to read everything, and it gets pretty pricey. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But Blood and Thunder, I enjoyed the series from the start, but I'm just kind of, all right, the honeymoon's over, I guess. And it's just, I don't know. We'll see if I want to keep rolling with it. It's going to be up to issue 5. So we'll see. A cover, B cover, 1 in 10, and a 1 in 25 option, I believe. Yep. Standard for this series. That's what we've been getting. And then the other title, I'm still kind of hemming and hawing about, that Ultimate Wolverine. It is secretly like an Ultimate X-Men book, because it's not just about Wolverine. But I don't know. I think that's what's keeping me online, is that I want to see the other characters they keep bringing in, like the opposition and stuff. And I'm more curious about that than just Wolverine himself, because I mentioned my limited capacity for following Wolverine solo stories. But issue 9 coming out. I'm on board still for now. We'll see. Maybe ride this out through 12 and then take it from there if this is still going to continue. I don't know. But there we got a B cover. And then there was a 1 in 25 by Maria Wolf, who I usually like her style, but I don't love this one. I think it's the hair. I just don't think I love the streaks in Logan's hair, like the silver streak. Like, is it Morticia Adams I'm looking at? I don't know what's going on here. But moving on, those are books I'm on the fence about, while we still got to cover some books that are going to be on the racks. Now, these will be some titles that will still be out there this week. I may not be picking them up personally. Maybe you are, or maybe you're thinking about it. So let's just go through some of these as well, because it can't all be about me and just what I'm reading. Let's go a little bit wider and try to cover some other titles for everyone. So with that in mind, Action Comics. I just wasn't on board to go see a young Superboy story again. It just really wasn't what I was looking for. But I know plenty of people are, so Action Comics is going that way, 1090. They're still rolling with that. A cover, B cover here, Baggy Pants Clark, and then we've got a C cover option as well as a 1 in 25. So if you want to get the incentive, you can go that way. Aquaman. There's a lot of DC here at the start, because there's just a lot of DC titles I just can't keep up with. Like Aquaman, yeah, he's returned to the Justice League Unlimited. Great. But I don't know. The covers have been cool. Like the covers on Aquaman have been great lately. But I just don't know if I can be interested in the character. Like, I mean, check that out. This is Perillo. This is a solid cover. And then I think we got a Lyrics Lee here with Mara. That's not bad. And then this other Mara cover is also pretty good. I like these covers. They're all solid covers. But Aquaman as a character is just not one of my faves. That's all. Too many Batman titles. Too many Batman and Robin titles. I'm already getting a couple. This is just one. Too many. A new arc is beginning here, but yeah, I don't think I can keep up with all these Bat titles. But here are issue 25 of Batman and Robin. This is Batman with Damian. Meanwhile, the new Batman is bringing Tim Drake back. I want to read that. And then we've got, what is that, the Jason Todd year 1 storyline. And then we got the other, the Dick Grayson with the Robin year 1. There's so many Bat titles, let alone Batman and Robin. It's just too much. Too much for my taste. It's just, I get it. It's a lot of options, so there's something for everyone. It's just I can't keep up with everything. With that in mind, cover A, There's a B cover by Gilliam March. Then we got a solid C cover option here too. I don't know if I'm saying names right. And then we've got I think Ashley Wood doing the 1 in 25, which ain't bad. Now, if you like an Elseworlds tale, we can go Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice. So it's more like a Justice League, Batman, steampunk, Gotham by Gaslight, Elseworlds tale. It's still going. I'm not picking this up, but issue 3 is coming out. You got an A. Interesting B cover. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I'm looking at where he's standing, and it doesn't look like he's standing proper. Like, what is he actually balancing on those pipes? I don't get it. And then there's a C cover too, if you want to go that way. All right. I've been in and out on Birds and Prey over this Birds of Prey, like this run. I've been, dipping in, dipping out. 25, it's got me interested. It's a 25th issue. Solid covers here as well. I mean, the cover A is not bad. We got Greg Land giving us a B cover there, and then we've got this one here with their in the the clock tower, and then we'll take this one and we'll also make it shiny foil. If you want a shiny foil version of it, they will have one. And with that, we'll move those over. And there's also 1 in 25, which I actually think is pretty good. I like this. I think it's Gerard Perel doing this one. And I like this one. I like this cover. So for 1 in 25, I think it's solid. Supergirl, I mentioned before. Title, I don't think it's meant for me. Tried it out. Read it for a couple issues. I just don't think I can keep up with it long term, especially with the super pets, because I'm just really not into that. Nothing against pets. It's just I don't want to read them in a comic. It's just I got another ways I can spend my $4 or $5. That's all. Cover A, you got I think an art germ on the B, and then we've got Christy Zullo doing Streaky. Forget the name of the cat, but you got the cat there, and then you got a 1 in 25. Not bad there with Crypto. Okay. Speaking of these pets, I'm also the Trinity storyline has been kind of focused in on the Wonder Pets or whatever the heck was going on there too. I don't know. Wonder Woman's daughter. This is another character that just never really connected with me. It just felt kind of forced. It's like, hey, everybody's got a kid. I mean, Superman's got kids. Batman's got kids. Hey, Wonder Woman, let's give her a kid too. Just for a new Trinity. I don't know. Whatever. If you're still reading it, issue 4, couple of covers there. A, B, C, as well as a 1 in 25 if you want. So with that, I thought I wanted this, but I don't know if I'm in on this Tim Seeley Godzilla series. It's just something with the human Godzilla thing thrown in the mix and this G-Force. I don't know if this is for me. But so this is kind of sitting on the shelf right now, issue 2. If this is good, please tell me. I'm just not interested in the concept, so I didn't bother picking it up. But if it's good, I'll give it a try. If someone thinks it's worth recommending, but if it's still bad and you recommend it, I'm going to keep that in mind the next time you recommend me something. So only recommend it if you think it's good. But with that said, cover A, like don't just say it just to get me to buy another book. I think this is a Seeley on the B. And then we got this option here on the C, which is also our incentive 1 in 25 when we take the trade dress off of it there. So there are your options for Godzilla. Then we got Radiant Black, which again, I've said this I don't know how many times now. It's a series I should be reading. People have recommended it to me. I just feel so far out that I don't know when I'll be able to catch it. Same thing happened to me with Invincible. I wasn't reading Invincible on the monthly basis because I was just so far behind. I got all of the hardcover Ultimate Edition collected trades to catch up, but when it was coming out, I was behind. This gives me the same kind of vibe, not just because of the character, but also in the situation of not being able to keep up and being, 37 issues behind at this point. But with that said, co-creator coming back, new story arc, cover A. There's actually a B cover, which I think is a connecting cover. We'll see what that goes with as that storyline gets built out. And then they've got a weird 1 in 20, which has got a Feral tie-in here. So that's kind of cool. We'll see. They always have interesting covers on the incentives for the Radiant Black. So something to keep an eye on. So I'd say keep an eye on it. And with that, Marvel, Wolverine. Yeah, it's just not for me. And it's just down to one cover. And I think this might be it. I think this might be wrapping up this series. But issue 10, Wolverine with a really jacked Mephisto back there. Mephisto. And yeah, if you want it, you got one cover. Spider-Verse versus Venomverse is still going. I don't know why. I just can't deal with these series. It's just too much. But yeah, who will win doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter because you're gonna do it again. It's not like these universes are dying. They're gonna keep them alive as long as possible to keep selling variants of Spider-Man and Venom. But issue 5 is coming out with a cover A. You got a cover B. You got a 1 in 10 design cover of what looks like the Black Power Ranger, or a Venom, I guess. I don't know. He also kind of looks like Racer X or Golga 13. I don't know what's going on here. But there you go. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, still running on, keeping up with the big sword theme that's going on in comics these days. Miles Morales gets a big sword, so he can fight Magic and her big sword. I guess. I don't know. I'm not reading it, so I don't know what's going on in the book. But I do like, this little cover here. It's kind of a fun little tease of, Miles, I guess. He's I don't know what happened to Spider-Gwen. I guess they're not a thing anymore. But he does have a big sword. And apparently he has Magic sword here. Continuing again, the theme of just giving characters really big swords. And then there's a 1 in 25. So go that way. It's Greg Land cover. Sure. If you want it. Wrapping up this Wolverines and Deadpool's storyline. I guess it's good that it's over. 3 issues in. Here we go. See how this ends, I guess. A and a B. Pick which one you like. I think it's a Clayton Crane there on the second one. And we'll roll on into new number ones. So for new number ones, we do have a handful of books. I already covered a couple because I told you they were my blind picks and my taste test. But on top of that, we do have some other books you might be interested in. So going over to Dark Horse, we'll look at Nocturnals, The Sinister Path. Okay. It's kind of a cool cover. It's kind of teasing me to say, hey, what is this? Town Sleeps, Evil Rises. Okay. Could be curious, especially the Halloween time. More horror. And the B cover's not bad either. I think it's Sean Gordon Murphy did that one. So interesting covers on both. Powers apparently is coming back 25 years later. I never finished reading the initial Powers, but I did like it for a good run. Bendis and Oming, it was a solid read for a while there. And I know they made that weird, I don't want to say weird TV show. I say weird because it was for Sony PlayStation. That part is why it was weird. Like they made TV shows for your PlayStation. Interesting concept. Didn't last, but they did make a Power show at one time, remember? But we got cover A here on an all-new Powers over at Dark Horse now. And then we've got a cover B option here. Is that Mac? I think we got a Mac, right? And then we've got Mignola. And then we've got, I forget, I don't know who did this. Oh, David Marquez, I think, did this final one, which I kind of like. So I might give this a shot just for nostalgia's sake. I don't know however the initial Powers run ended because they never finished it. But I think Dina Program is still around, and I think she might be high up on the rung of the force these days. So we'll see. Star Wars, Tales from the Nightlands. Okay, Kevin Scott, he likes horror and Star Wars. So natural fit. 2 covers. A, solid. B, solid. Give them a look. People keep saying this is, I guess, some sort of a follow-up to Camelot 3000. I never really was into that, but Court, Children of the Round Table, is coming out. So if you want to read about the Children of the Round Table Knights, I guess that's what this is. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of text here, but I'm not. And it's Tom Taylor. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. Tell me if it's good because I'm probably not picking this up. Just again, this is too much to keep up with. But if it's good, I'll give it a look-see. Dustin Weaver on the B, not bad. And then there is a C cover, I think. Oh, no incentives, all open order. Pick which one you like. Speaking of pick which one you like, over at Dynamite, we're getting the Blue Falcon and Dynamite. Perillo. Perillo. Who would have ever guessed Perillo drawing Blue Falcon and Dynamite? But we got it. Along with a bunch of other artists, because Dynamite still makes a lot of covers. So here we go. Let's get it. Amanda Connor. She's got this one in here. We've got, who else is in on this action? Linsner. Linsner's got one. Sure. Bettina. Is Bettina in here? Think so. Oh, that's it. Sorry. Moving on. Went too fast. Bad Ideas got a new number 1. So Following the hero trade and the cul-de-sac, we've got this survive idea coming out here. So submarine sounds pretty interesting. I'll give it a look-see. I mean, a lot of these books have already been teased, so I read like the preview, so I'm like, all right, I can give this a read. I mean, especially when if it's a self-contained story, like I don't feel bad picking up miniseries. Like if I know I'm gonna get a solid 3, 4, 5, even 6 issue series, and it tells me a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, I'm good with that. It's trying to keep up with too many ongoings is where I start having problems, because you start making too many ongoings, that I can't. That's when I throw in the towel pretty easily. You start giving me chunks, I can absorb them easier. That said, cover A, there is a cover B, and then we got a couple of incentives. Not the same as the other books, but we got a 1 in 20, and we got a 1 in 50, and we do have a 1 in 100, which, if I'm reading it right, says unique. So it's going to be a foil cover, and I believe it's going to be a unique cover for each. How can they do this? Well, I know they can do this because they did this at Baltimore last year and other cons with their preview books. They made like just the foil patterns were just unique. They made like, they just kept changing it up, and they had so many different versions that they're technically unique. So yeah, I get it. Like here's a tie-dye version, and then have one with different patterns and the foil and yada yada. Cool, interesting. See how the market takes to that. Moving on, Mad Cave. I killed everyone but me. I like this cover. It's kind of intriguing. It's got me interested. Maybe. And you start talking summer 1996. That's when I graduated. You're talking my time frame too. I might have to give this a look to see if this is any good. But everyone killed everyone but me. Yeah, got New York Times best-selling authors. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to give it a look now. Like I said, cover A. There's a cover B, but I'm probably gonna go with the A. I think I like the A a little bit better, and I might give this one a try. Racer X, I don't need. This is like the Speed Racer stuff. Speed Racer was never a show for me. I just wasn't that interested. Of course, at the time, I wasn't really into the Japanese animation style at that age when these shows were kind of out and popular. So it was just like, yeah, I was like, nah, the speed lines. I'm like, no. Chim Chim. Yeah, too silly for me. But Racer X looked cool. And he's got a title coming out. A, B, La Fuente. We got a C and a 1 in 10 incentive. So cool, I guess. And then wrapping it up, our new number ones, we have this little interesting title here. Murder Podcast. Apparently this is coming from Ryan Murphy, who does, American Horror Story and all that. And I believe they're going to be making this into a series. So already, it's already going to be made into something else. So could be good, could be interesting. Also, we got a cover A. There is a cover B and a 1 in 5 incentive. Keep it at low, but it's a smaller publisher. Don't expect to see a lot. But what's interesting here is there are some tour books that you can get. Now, the creators are going around. There's a whole list. You can find it online. There's only like maybe 20 different stops and hitting like cons, and I think they'll wrap it up at New York. But you're hitting a bunch of shops and cons, and they will have books like this on hand. This one is limited to 800, this particular cover, which will be interesting. See how the market takes to that. But on top of that, they'll have a secret cover. Now, as I'm reading it, you will only be able to get it in person from the writer, Jeremy, in person, Jeremy Hahn, and you'll have to promise him eye to eye. You have to look him in the eye and promise him that you're not going to share what that secret cover looks like online. Interesting. I wonder if it will hold or not. Will anybody break? I don't know. So I don't have an image of what the limited to 666 copy secret variant will be, because so far people have kept it quiet. Will that continue? I don't know. I kind of hope so. If that's what the creators want, hopefully people won't lie to their faces and then go post it online or go put it on some other outlet. I get it. This is what the creator wants. It's a cool idea. Hey, let's keep it Let's try to keep it alive if we can. I'd love to see it in person because I think that's also the idea. If anybody's got one, I wouldn't mind seeing it in person. Figure it out. Bring it to Baltimore because it'll be at Baltimore this year. But with that all said, find that kind of interesting. So can you keep a secret? We'll see. Getting near the end here. Facsimiles. So Facsimiles, not a lot. We just got the one to kind of highlight this week, which is the Fantastic Four. They've been doing their thing this whole year. And we have issue 9. So issue 9 of the original run of FF with the regular edition, a foil edition, as well as new art on a 1 in 25 incentive. Cool. Later printings. We don't actually have a lot here either. We've got some books. I don't know why we're still printing, but here we go. This one, first off, I think they're forcing it. I don't know why we need to. I think it's because they did all the other characters. They're just trying to do all the characters on issue 1. So here we go. Now we got Tails the Cyborg, 5th printing on DC and Sonic. I don't think we need more printings. Like I said, I think they're just doing it so they can complete the cover set with the characters. But whatever. I also don't think we need a 5th printing on G.I. Joe. It is a pretty cool cover. But by now, don't you guys got this? Same with Transformers. This is Transformers issue 2. Do we need a 9th printing of issue 2? Jesus. That's a lot of books. Cal Exit. I mentioned Cal Exit issue 2 is coming out. So if you missed issue 1, you can get the second print of issue 1 to go pick up with your issue 2 to, catch up on the storyline. Same deal with the Godzilla book that I mentioned. If you missed issue 1, here's your chance. You get the second print of Godzilla and get that issue 1 along with issue 2 out this week. Makes sense. I like it when publishers do that. When they time it right, makes a lot of sense. Because as a reader, that helps me if it's a book I hadn't picked up before. Moving on, let's get through the variants. So we do have some interesting variant segments for this week because DC actually has a bunch. Marvel, not so much. Marvel is giving us these costume masks. So we do have these. Last week we had 2. This week I think we just have another 2, starting off with Captain America, number 3. So you got the cut it out mask, whatever cover. And we got Doom on One World Under Doom. So cool. Couple more coming. Halloween season. Makes sense. Kind of a fun little gimmick, if you will. And then we've got these Stitch covers. I feel like they missed the window for this. Stitch, summertime when the movie was out, these would have made more sense rather than when it's at home. It's not even like new at home. It's been on Disney Plus for over a month now. Why so late on these covers? But and also why the old number 100s? That's also weird to me. Because here we go. On Captain America number 3, we have a Stitch version, which is an homage to issue 100 of Captain America. So far, all these Stitch covers have been on issue 100. The Avengers 100, Spider-Man 100 last week, or I think it was. Now Cap 100. Weird. Now over to DC. Some of these don't have logos, so I had to make my own. So this is going to be corner box variants. Not a lot of them, but Dan Mora did the corner boxes for the Superman titles, and now they're doing special covers showing off his cover art for the corner box. What corner box, you might ask? Let's go back to Supergirl number 1. Here we go. See the corner box where you have the issue number there underneath the DC logo? That's a corner box, and that's what we're talking about. And Dan Mora did the art for the character featured in that little corner box. So now they took that and put it on its own cover on Supergirl number 5. Kind of cool. I mean, I like Dan Mora, so it's not bad. Then we've got Action Comics giving us Superboy, because Superboy being in the corner box of that book. It's just, that's all it is. It's just the corner box art, but now blown up on a full featured cover. And I think there's like a handful of them, like 5 or 6, I think, by the time we're done. I think it'll be 1 next week and then 2 the last week of September. So it might just be 5. And then we've got these Gotham variants. Also, didn't have a stamped logo to say that this is part of a series on DC. So I missed the couple last week. There were 2. There was the Poison Ivy and something else I missed. But there were the Perillo covers. Or no, not Perillo, Delato. There were the Delato covers featuring Gotham characters. So that's what apparently this variant set is for. And again, no logo, so I made my own just using the Gotham logo. But this week we have Batman and Robin, again, with the Delato in Gotham. We got a Barda here. I think it was on Birds of Prey. And then Red Hood, number one's giving us Red Hood as well. So all Perillo covers featuring characters related to Gotham on these Gotham variants. But again, no logo stamped for the series set, but there are a couple more coming. Just like there are a couple more Hispanic Heritage Month covers. So we've got a couple, 3, I think, this week to go with the couple we've gotten so far this month. So I know DC does this every year. So with Hispanic Heritage Month, we've got one on Aquaman here on issue 9. We've got Batman and Robin 25, as well as Jessica Cruz here on the Green Lantern book for this week, which is Green Lantern Corps. Was it 8? Yeah. So cool. If you're collecting those, these do have the Hispanic Heritage Month logo right there on the cover, so you know what you're getting and what you're collecting. Just like these last covers. Pumpkin Spicy. So someone, I guess, decided, you know what? We can't do swimsuit covers. It's not swimsuit season. We've done the Snow Bunny things with the winter. Even DC doing the, their beefcake covers with bats and soups and hot tubs in the Arctic, like on a Nordic retreat together. So what are we going to do for the fall? I guess we're going to do pumpkin spicy covers. That's what we're going to do. And then I guess we're going to get some sort of spring fling thing going, and because they're going to do it this way. Every season, we'll get a special run of sexified cheesecake and beefcake covers. So for our pumpkin spices, our first one, okay, it's on Batman and Robin 25. It's interesting. Rock climbing with the bats, doing a little twink. I don't know. And then we've got Supergirl, number 5, as our other one for this week, which at first glance, this Chuma Hill, you go, oh, it's a pretty cool cover. And then I look, what the hell happened to her hip? Like somebody took a sledgehammer to her waist and just, it's really off center. Like, people don't bend that way. But whatever. If you're interested, pick them up for your cheesecake, your fall time cheesecake. Speaking of cheesecake, let's get to the cheesecake covers as we start to wrap up the show. And we don't have many. We just have a couple here. We're going to start it off with Fire and Ice and the final issue, I believe, of this run. So Dodson giving us nice cover of the two. And then we've got a Todd Nauck cover as well, which, I don't know. Don't love that one so much. Dodson's definitely better. But here, really getting into the action here, we got Vampirilla. So Vampirilla, number 5, Perillo, never lets us down. We got Greg Land, also now in on the party. Linsner can't be left out. He's got to do a cover. We've got, I forget who did this one. Is this Ellie's? I don't know. I don't know if I can pronounce the names right. So I'm just going to leave it there. Another option, as well as the cosplay cover, because you got to have cosplay. And yeah, I wonder if those things light up. They make light up implants these days. Weird. 1 in 10. 1 in 10. New art on the 1 in 10. That's the only reason why I'm showing it, because there's all kinds of variants and all kinds of variations of all these covers. But Jay Anceletto, again, I don't know if I'm saying names right, but 1 in 10, pretty cool. And then finally for this section, Palace of the Golden Princess, issue 3 of 5. Don't know much about this title, but flipping through, you can see why it's in the cheesecake section. There's an A cover. There's a B cover that looks like Catwoman with a sword. And then we've got this, where they're being pulled through the streets on a cart. And then we'll take this and actually give you a naughty version. So there is a naughty version that you can get of that one as well. I covered it up for to keep it suitable for everyone, but you can guess that, yes, the nips are there. With that said, regular covers. So a couple of regular covers, didn't fit anywhere else. Still want to give them their day in the sun, give a little bit of a spotlight, a little bit of a shout out to some cool cover art. Starting off with Space Ghost. Again, not letting me down. I'm not a Space Ghost reader, but Matina, solid. Jay Lee, solid. Michael Cho, once again, solid here in issue 2. And finally, Bjorn Barons, solid. Just solid covers across Space Ghost. I would not be let down if I were a Space Ghost fan. I have plenty to choose from here. Thundercats, not so much, but I do like this Perillo. Like the rest of the covers, not great. This one, solid. So Lucio Perillo, killing it. Spawn, over to the Spawn thing. So King Spawn 49, we got a cool cover here, as well the A and the B, both good. Interesting takes, interesting concepts. I like them. Opposing color schemes, pretty cool. Regular Spawn, same thing here. Issue 44. 44. Why did I say 44? Anyway, we got this Spawn. And we got this cover too. Just cool stuff. It's like Conan. Conan the Barbarian. Dan Panosian. Can't go wrong with Dan Panosian. Except that Han Solo book. Went wrong there. But Conan, solid. And then finally, that Tama book. So the Pokemon looking riff, like the evil Pokemon kind of storyline. There's an issue 2. Outside of all the other bits and whatever the storyline might be, it's just this Game Boy Color homage is solid on the 1 in 10 by Tony Fleece. So keep an eye on it. The last one got hot. We'll see if this one follows suit. Who knows? Sold out in a lot of places online already. We'll see. But with that all said, those covers were good, but they were not the best of the week. These, in my opinion, are. So, agree or disagree, but my favorite covers of the week are these two. Starting off with the incentive cover that I thought grabbed me the most, which I kind of was selling it while it was up, the Rebecca Pueblo 1 in 20 Virgin. I like it. It's just a solid cover. I dig it. Probably going to try to find... Well, the trade dress is fine, but I do like the 1 in 20 a little bit better because the trade dress kind of obscures the top of the image. So the 1 in 20 Virgin does a better job than usually. I'll just lean towards the trade dress, but here I feel like the trade dress does obscure things a little bit. And then for regular covers, it was kind of a tough call. The fan in me wanted to go Joe Mad because it's Joe Mad doing Wolverine, but just something about this Philip Tan. I just like it. I don't know. I know it may not be for everyone. It might just go, it's a generic cover. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's just, I like it. And this is going to be the Iron Fist I'm going to get. So I like this. Favorite cover of the week, regular cover. And with that, that's all I got for you. So hopefully you enjoyed that show. Hopefully you found it informative and helpful. Give you some things to think about and consider when you go to your shop this week. So I just want to thank you for all the support and for stopping by and checking this out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And again, recommend books. I can put them back in. We used to do viewing recommendations, but you guys weren't recommending me books for a while, so I just dropped the segment. But if you bring up more recommendations, I'll give them a look-see. I'll throw them out for everybody else too. We can share, and it's community after all. So we can all talk about comics, whether it be on the show or just in the comments down below. So with that all said, I'll see you all later with some more content. All right.